Hello everyone, welcome back to EduDose. So, as we have understood in the previous session about the glimpses of India, a baker from Goa, so in this part 2 of the baker from Goa, we will understand the remaining part of our chapter. So, let's start without wasting time. Loaves of bread for elders and bangles for children, as we learned in the earlier statements. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouths properly. And why should we? Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf from the toothbrush? And why was it necessary at all? The tiger never brushed his teeth. Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. Marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as bowl. So here the author is saying that they were not even care about that they had brushed or not, they are their mouths are cleaned or not. They did not even care about that. They just ran from the bed of their ones and then they ran to the baker only. They wanted to meet him, they wanted to greet him. They not even brushed their teeth. They were thinking that why brushing of teeth is necessary. The tiger also never brushes his teeth, so hot tea can wash it and clean our teeth very nicely. They were just saying this. Now, marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as bowl, just as a party or feast loses its charm without the bread. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. So, here the author is saying that marriage gifts, when someone are going to the marriage and they are giving some marriage gifts, the marriage gifts were considered incomplete without the sweet bread that is known as bowl. This is the another important statement that the sweet bread was known as bowl. So every party had the bread as one of its food item when they are throwing a party or when they are throwing a feast. No one can stop him while eating the bread. The bread, if the bread is not present in the party, then the party will lose its charm without the bread. So you can see that how the significant is bread, how the significance of bread is showing by the author in this Goa and the Goan culture. And the baker is also so important because he also makes the bread. Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf from the brush? Cakes and bohinlas are the must for Christmas as well as for other festivals. Thus, the presence of baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. The baker or the bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress known as kabai. So, in the statements, we can see that the cakes and bohilas are the must Christmas gifts or the festivals. So when the lady of a house, when the ladies of their houses prepare some sandwiches or some cakes on the occasion of their daughter's engagement, the cakes and the bohinlas are, you can say, some bread item is there that like sweet bread is known as bowl, so the bohinlas should be known as something in the Goan culture. So the cakes and bohinlas are the must, they were must for the Christmas and the other festivals. Now you can see that how necessary it was, to have a baker in every village in the Goa. So it was so necessary that one baker should be present in some village. So in the olden days, the baker used to wear some strange dress known as kabai. So the dress was a frock which used to reach up to the knees, like the kabai was used to look like these. So it was so funny to see a baker in this type of dress. So they were just laughing at him, not making some fun, but they were having a smile on their faces. Now let's read that context. It was a single piece long frock reaching down to the knees. In our childhood, we saw a baker wearing a shirt trouser which were shorter than full length ones and longer than half pants. Even today, anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites the comment that he is dressed like a padder. So, in these lines, the baker of those days used to wear a kabai. A kabai is a strange dress that was a frock type dress which reached up to the knees. But in the childhood days, when the baker was reminding about, when the author is reminding about the baker, baker had started wearing a shirt and trouser that reaches their full length of long pants. They were longer than the half pants, and the full length shirts were there. So here the baker is used to remind of those days. Even today, anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites the comment that he is dressed like a padder. So the author is saying that even today, even these days, if anyone wears a half pant which reaches down the knees, it is like the comment from the heart is coming like, oh, that he is dressed like a padder, he is dressed like a breaker. So padder is known as what? Baker. So he is dressed like a baker. The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded on some wall in the pencil. Baking was indeed a profitable business in the old days. The baker and his family never starved. So the baker is now saying that the baking was a profitable profession or a profitable business in the old days. The baker used to collected his bills at the end of the month. He used to collect all the bills. He used to write all the records were written on some wall with the use of pencil. He the baker was not using some you can say not using some diary or some paper to keep the records. He just write the records on the some wall, any wall he used to write. He just write in the wall with the use of pencil. And he was saying that the baking was a profitable profession or a profitable business in the old days, so the baker and his family would never starve. He and his family and his servants looked always happy and prosperous. Their plump physique was an open testimony to this. Even today, any person with like a jackfruit like physical appearance is compared to a baker. So now the author is texting, or the author is have written something about the character or about some character sketch about the baker. So now he is saying that the baker and his family always looked happy and rich. The servants, the baker and his family was somehow rich and they were always looked happy. Their round body was a proof of this. Means plump physique means a fatty body. So he is saying that the round body, the fatty body was the proof that he was rich. Somehow he was rich and he always looked happy. So he was also prosperous. He was looking happy, and because of the plump physique, because of the fatty nature, because of the fatty character, he used to say, the author is saying that he was somehow rich. So even today, any person like a jackfruit. So now jackfruit, we know that it means kathal. So now jackfruit like physical appearance means jackfruit is also a fatty, you can say, vegetable. So he is just giving a character sketch to the baker that he is looking like a jackfruit in the olden days. Now if in the present, if someone is looking like a jackfruit, he can be compared, he can easily be compared to the baker. So that's the chapter for today. Now I'll just give you a sum up of the story. So let's have the sum up. That a baker from Goa, that is a story that relates the time when there were Portuguese in the rule of Goa. So this is a story that a baker living in a Goan culture or a Goan village. During those times, people ate loaves of bread. As we have seen in such statements that people were having some loaves of bread. The maid servants used to bought the loaves of bread, and they were made in big furnaces. furnaces are some instruments that are used to make some loaves of bread, or you can say used to make bread. So the bakers known as padders, this is an important statement, would come to sell these bread in the street, making some jingle sound with the bamboo. Although nowadays we may not see the loaves of bread, but sometimes see the furnaces and some bakers carrying on traditional business for their forefathers. So the author is saying here that nowadays, if we are not seeing some bread or loaves of bread, we can see some children, or we can see some new generations that are looking upon to the forefathers business as they were doing in the olden times. The author also remembers that how the baker was coming twice a day during his childhood days. He was used to, the author is saying that the baker was used to his mentor, his companion, his friend, and how the maid servants in the author's house buy the loaves of bread, and they eat the bread with the tea. And during those days, bread was an important part of any occasion, especially the sweet bread known as bowl. This is the important second important statement, that sweet bread was known as bowl. And how the baker wore a peculiar dress. Peculiar means strange dress, known as kabai. This is also important. It was a single piece of frock, but it reaches to up to the knees. And he was saying that how baking is a profitable business at that time, and the baker's family will never starve, and how he had at the last given some a character sketch of the baker, that he looked like a jackfruit, and he was having a plump physique, and he was quite rich, happy, and prosperous. So we can see that how the baker was, how the baker's context is giving in this chapter, and how the author is reminding about his olden days, how he is reminding about the gold days of his life, and he is just reminding about the baker. So this shows that how much the baker, how much the author loves the baker and the loaves of bread. So thank you for today. That's it for today only. Now we'll meet next time in the second part of this chapter, that is Coorg. Now bye bye. So let's meet again. Thank you so much.